Double Pop Worship Zone. New Mercy Mornings on your Thursday. How's it going today? It's not the end of the week yet, but what can you? You can see it from here, can't you? Happy Thursday. Hope everything's good. So, my name's Dave. They sometimes call me Double Pop, just like the name of the station. And hanging with me all morning, we burst in and out all throughout the morning, and we have some stories, we have some scriptures, we have a few giggles. Sometimes something good happens here. You never know what's going to take place. So, be a part of things today. Be a part of New Mercy Mornings and hang in with us, and you will not regret a single second of it. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Morning on your Thursday. Look at you go. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Mornings, 10 minutes to the hour. You know, around here, what 10 minutes to the hour means, right? You know what it's all about. It's what? Scripture time. Yeah, why? Because, well, Jesus. Yeah, of course. All right. So, verse of the day is from 1 John chapter 5, verse 12. He who has the Son has life. He who does not have the Son of God does not have life. You know, it's frightening to think, you know, of the people that we know in our lives who are resistant to the Lord, who will not see life after, who will not see a good life after this life. Life is so precious. Okay, life is so precious. We do not value life at certain points of our time. We just don't. We don't know what life means. We don't have a full understanding of it every single step of the way. We take it for granted. We take this life for granted, and sometimes even at a young age of understanding, somebody's gone. And they don't know Jesus, and they won't know him. But you know, the Lord works all that out. I have every confidence that the Lord works all that out with salvation and not salvation and whatever is that somebody who has an understanding, you know, and doesn't come to the Lord yet, or doesn't have an understanding and has no ability to come to the Lord in their own, you know, from their own, you know, being, they don't understand they're being chosen or whatever, from whatever reason they have. It's the Lord takes care of all that stuff. I have every confidence that you're not going to take some innocent person who just doesn't have any understanding, and they're not going to see our beautiful Lord. I know they will. Our Lord will handle all of that. Okay? And, you know, all you can do is pray about it, and he takes care of it all. But it's the ones around us who do know, who think they know, and they don't, you know, and they don't really. Okay? Some people around, they think they know God. They talk God. They say they go, you know, they go, oh yeah, I go to church. Okay, well, does that mean you know God? What did you do after church? What did you do during the week? Okay, do you really know God? You know, people like me who have you know, salvation questions my whole life, really, especially in the years that when the Lord, when I got serious about the Lord, okay, when I started to really figure out, you know, what the Lord wanted from me, when I got serious from him, and I started to say, you know, I wanted to be sure that I knew, okay, and my assurance is fine. But there are so many people out there who are assured, and I don't know that they should be. But that's not up for me to say. All I can tell you is this, is that you really want to know the Lord. You really want to make him your life. Get up in the morning, start thinking about him. Go to bed at night thinking about him. Have conversations with him in the morning, during the day when you have a chance, and then at night before the day is done. Read his word. Do his word. And then you know the Son of God. And when you know him, then then it's a wonderful thing. Then you don't have to, you don't have to worry so much about this, okay? You have the Son, and you have life. But if you don't do these things, okay, you have to question, do you have the Son in your life? Pray over that today. And I'll pray for you too. And you pray for me as well. I accept all prayers. Double Pop, Worship Zone, your verse of the morning. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Mornings, 20 minutes to the hour. I love the old guy I work with. Guy's name is Tim. He is the dad I didn't know I needed, okay? Everybody calls him Dad. I call him Dad, Or I'll go by his room once in a while, and I go, Tim, just, pretend to scream his name out. He does the same to me. Sometimes he does it through the walls. I hear him going, Dave, like through the walls. He's 77 years old, all right? I don't take him for granted. Believe me. He is the one guy in my life, okay, who people sit and listen to us and they say we have a language of our own because we have this sports language that we talk about things that happened 50 years ago, and I thought I was the only one who remembered those things, and I have Tim now, and he remembers everything pretty much exactly the way I remember it. And people sit around us shaking their heads, and even his wife who works with us said, it was the best day of his life when you came to work here because now he had somebody to talk about all this stuff with. We can go into a long, hilarious dissertation on the OJ trial, things like that. But Tim is quirky. He has some screwy ways, and it's kind of hard to talk him out of it. He's a creature of habit, and he's got a vehicle that's old and has been dying for a long time, and he throws thousands of dollars a year at this vehicle, and it doesn't, it gets better for a while, and then it's back in there and whatever, and there's a lot of repairs done to this thing, and we all tell him the same thing. It's like, Tim, you need to get rid of that thing, right? It's not serving you well anymore, And so, but he ignores us and whatever. And then yesterday the car started to die again, okay? And he said to us, he goes, I think there's something wrong with the carburetor. And I look at the younger coworker of mine who has no idea, and I says, his car doesn't have a carburetor. I go, I don't think any of our cars have carburetors anymore. I says, the day of the carburetor left most cars many, many years ago. Okay. I won't even look up if there's any cars still using a carburetor. Everything is electronic fuel injection, and I'm no mechanic. And I know that there's just not a carburetor in your car anymore. And so, but we continue to tell him, Tim, for all the money you put into this car every year, okay, you could own a new one with a warranty that, gets fixed if anything goes wrong and stuff. But no, he continues on with this thing. And what can we say? He's a creature of habit. And, the next car he gets, it'll probably be his last one. He probably doesn't need a car for the rest of his life at that point. But no, he's determined to make this car the last car for whatever reason. Anyway, one of my favorite expressions is addition by subtraction. Okay, getting rid of something in your life, okay, can be like getting something in return. There's people who God has taken from you that has moved on from your life and whatever, who weren't serving you well, who weren't doing you any good, who were probably causing you harm for whatever reason. You may not even know why. And God got them out of your world. And he added something to it by taking them away. Okay? You know, there's lots of cases of addition by subtraction, okay? When something going away, you know, leads to something better. And, you know, we all talk about the window, you know, that's not even biblical. That's not even scripture. But sometimes, you know, we lose something and we gain something. And, or we give up something and we get something back better. I mean, if he gets rid of his car, he could save thousands of dollars a year, and he'd probably just have to make, you know, even if he had to make a $300, $400 a month payment, okay? It would still be, at the end of the year, cheaper than all he puts into this thing. And he'd save so much money, and he'd have a warranty if anything went wrong and stuff like that. Nowadays, you can, you know, make sure that your dealership hooks you up with a warranty before you're out the door. And yet, you know, this is how he functions. Today, take inventory of your life, okay, and realize some of the things that maybe that you could be getting rid of, minimizing things, minimizing. I can't wait. We have minimizing week in the second week of September that we do every year. I love minimizing week. Okay, what do I get back? I get space back. I find things I didn't know I needed. I get rid of things I know I don't need. I get peace back by getting rid of stuff. You know, look into the parts of your life, okay, that you could minimize, that you can take away, that you can consolidate, make changes to, that reduce things, but add to your world. I think you'll be amazed at what you can come up with. Look around you. And don't look for the carburetor in the car, because it's not there. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Mornings on your Thursday. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Mornings, 20 minutes after the hour. Even though you know it, you know what's coming. It's 20 minutes after the hour, and it's one of our favorite times of the day. Minor holidays and observances. It's that time, and we got some real beauties today. And I'm telling you, first one of all, okay, is not a minor holiday and observance. It's a major one here. It's our son Brian's 40th birthday. Yes, sir. Brian the chef is 40 years old today. Who would believe that Brian survived the 40 without anybody murdering him? It was a good thing, right? No commandments got broken on the way to Bry's 40th. It's amazing, okay? Nobody killed him. It's a good thing. Nah, we love Bry. He's essential in his own strange way, for sure. But yeah, he's turning 40. Who would have ever thought Bry 40? I mean, we look at him, he's like permanently 6 and whiny, and, you know, I don't know. But that's him. He's 40 today. And some good ones that are perfect for his birthday, too. Being the chef and all, he makes food things, and he makes a lot of stuff out of bacon. And today's National Bacon Lovers Day. Yeah, this is the day for bacon. And then National Chocolate Pecan Pie Day. I don't think Bry's into pecan pie. I don't know that he hates it either. I don't know if he's ever liked Chocolate Pecan Pie Day. I don't even know why you would need a thing for that. But Lemonade Day, National Lemonade Day. Yeah, probably be 130 degrees out today. Have yourself some lemonade. I have it with me all the time. I have lemon water with me all the time. Lemon water rocks. You know, I don't know how I feel about Hawaiian pizza. Today's International Hawaiian Pizza Day. I don't know how I feel about Hawaiian pizza. I've had it once or twice. I don't know. The Italian in me, you know, I take pizza only so seriously as an Italian anyway, believe it or not. But and I like pizza, okay? You know, I don't have a problem with it. I don't know if it would make it my whole world, but anyway, Hawaiian pizza, you know, has pineapple chunks on it and whatever. You know, it's not me. It's not me. Anyway, if you like it, bless you. Have a celebration today for Hawaiian Pizza Day for sure. World Mosquito Day. Yeah, Zika. Let's get some Zika in our life. No, we don't want Zika. Okay? No Zika. No malaria, no Zika. Why is mosquitoes being celebrated today? I guess because we're celebrating eliminating all the diseases they carry, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why we gotta celebrate you. So if you see a mosquito today, okay, while you're out and about, okay, just wish them a happy mosquito day, all right, while you're at it. And this is a big one, guys. It's World Radio Day. Just like us, we're radio. I feel like I'm a part, for once, I feel like I'm a part of World Radio Day other than just a casual listener. I feel like again, I'm a part of it. And that's a good feeling. I feel like today sort of celebrates us, okay? Us people who do radio stations and talk to people like you every single day of our lives, and it's exciting to get to do this for you and for the kingdom and for our Lord, okay? That we're having kingdom impact, as Christian J says. And so yeah, I'm real excited to celebrate World Radio Day and Bry's birthday all on the same day. Can you imagine all these holidays? You can have yourself some lemonade alongside of it, BLT, and I don't know. Well, we won't kill the mosquitoes today. We'll wait for tomorrow. Double Pop Worship Zone Minor Holidays on your Thursday, August 20th. Double Pop Worship Zone New Mercy Mornings, 15 minutes after the hour. Do not forget, tonight, Dr. James Boyce, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Good old school Bible study stuff. And we got to come up with a name for our Sunday, for our new Epic Sunday lineup of wonderful programming between Faith Walk, Jonathan Evans, Dr. Boyce, Stephen Witkowski, Christian Music Network Presents, and Popcast. I mean, what an epic, elaborate Sunday lineup we've got. Just full of joy and outpouring of the Lord, and just oozing Jesus all day on Sunday. You know, just like it should be, right? So I don't know. Anybody got any brilliant suggestions on what to do about the wonderful Sunday lineup and how to you know, we got to package that somehow, you know, and make it a thing, right? So it's kind of, you know, I think I told you last week I got stung by a couple bees, and bugs by and large, okay, don't really bother me, okay? I mean, I don't really have a issue with, I mean, you know, it's like my wife is like, everything with bugs drives her crazy. She gets all nuts if she sees any kind of bug, well, probably like one of the first things that ever happened, like when we got married, is that she was screaming, waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning one weekend morning, and we had one of those old school water beds, and I'm walking the balance beam to get a spider off the ceiling at 5 in the morning that she just happened to see. I've had people like call me up and have me come over and remove spiders from their house, okay, that there was a spider and they were terrified and they couldn't stay in the house. My wife is really, you know, arachnophobic, or whatever, if that's what I think that's what they call it, arachnophobic. And so she is always quick to caution me on all sorts of bug related things, and then she goes, "Aren't you afraid of this bug?" I'm like, "No." I go, "I'm a boy. I played in the dirt, okay? That's what I do." And she's like, "I just can't believe you'll just pick up those bugs and you'll just look at them." And I go, "Yeah, that's what boys do." I go, "We play with bugs. We're good at that." So anyway, I get bug updates, okay? You know, I get also, you know, the latest reports on bug matters, okay, of the world, and that what's going on with the latest bug reports, and what bugs are out there, and and carrying diseases and making everybody sick, and you're gonna die if you look at this one, and all this other stuff. And I just laugh her off, and I let her go on and on. So anyway, last night I'm doing some yard work, and she comes flying outside the house. She goes, are you seeing any beetles out here? Right? And I says, nah. I go, just the other night I saw Ringo in a video though. And she came, and I got to look like she was annoyed, okay, at first, just annoyed, and then she says to me, she goes, well, she goes beetles are an endangered species, and I go, yeah, I know. I go, there's only 2 left. And that was it. I got chased. And I was in trouble. And she was like all upset because she knew that like bugs don't bother me, but I had to be a wise guy, of course, okay, and get her all upset. And so yeah, and I was the endangered species. After that, she was ready to hunt me down. Some wives might have laughed at that. Mine, not so much. So yeah, I mean, if your wife is arachnophobic, or your husband, heaven help us, your husband or whoever is arachnophobic, let us know. I want to know who's got issues with bugs. Okay, post it on the Facebook group page, or comment in. People can always comment in the YouTube thing too as well. Put comments in there if you want. I reply to everything, so if you put it in wherever, send me direct messages. I answer all sorts of stuff, so don't fear. Okay, you'll get a reply. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Mornings, chasing bugs. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Mornings, 15 minutes after the hour on your Thursday. Yeah, couple of weeks, we were talking about, Reverend Boyce on tonight, 7 p.m., don't forget that, okay? New Mercy Mornings, Encore. If you don't catch it on the group page, you can listen to it on the station. And don't forget, after New Mercy Mornings this morning, we have our Salem news. 4 minutes of the best news you'll hear all day. Okay, you'll be a better person for that. But I wanted to ask you, what is, aside from, of course, knowing that we're going to be dwellers, the inhabitants, the residents of heaven, at the end of this life. What is your favorite thing about being a Christian? What is your favorite thing about being a Jesus follower? And I can think of, obviously a whole bunch of things, but you know what? One of the nicest things that I experienced in quite a while, and it was like, I never really thought, my heart would feel this way, but a few weeks back, okay, I was attending a Bible study, and I was just so excited for Bible study. It was like I just wanted to be there. I was like one of the people who I feed, from my mission. They're hungry. They want something to eat. They're ready to be fed. They're sitting. They're patiently waiting for something to come along and whatever. And that's how I felt. It was like there was a meal getting ready to be served. I was sitting, and at the edge of the chair, and my Bible was all open, and I was just unbelievably thrilled that there was going to be sitting around in discussion of the Lord and the Bible, and my heart was warmed by it, okay, and it was just, a beautiful day just to know that, for 45 minutes, all we were going to do was talk about Jesus, okay? And read scripture and discuss parts of it. And, when it was all over, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm filled. I got a fill today. And that was just an epic moment that, and it made me want to say, you know what, I need more small group. I need more Bible study. I need to get into more situations that I could just sit and listen to the word and talk about it with others, And so I obviously I'm, want to seek more of that out. And that was just a delightful feeling for me. I mean, there's, many other parts, many other things that go on that happen. But, that was just a recent thing that I felt such a feeling of hunger and satisfaction and security. And there was just nothing like that moment, and the time that came after it. And I'm grateful for that time. And I was just so beyond praise at that moment that I hope the Lord knew that how happy I was just to be in that moment, And I want to be, and one of my problems is I'm not in the moment very good, okay? My attention is not very good, okay? I know that. I don't sit still really good. I'm just that way, and I've always been that way. I'm not, I'm one of those people that needs like a lot of artificial stops and starts and things and whatever. But I was, for that particular moment, I was in the moment. And I need more times where I can be that way. And so I'm looking for things. I'm looking for that level of satisfaction. But that was one of my more favorite moments recently about being a follower. And I took great joy with that. And I wanted to share that with you guys. What recent things have you encountered that made you, glad that you were a follower of Jesus? What, other than, seeing like something good happen or whatever, what sort of thing that you go through yourself that, that you can put your finger on and say, I did this or this happened and I was a part of that, and what, something that maybe you were a part of and you said, you know what, this is one of those moments I'm really glad that I'm one of Jesus' people. Double Pop, Worship Zone. We're getting to the end, guys. It's Thursday. Double Pop, Worship Zone, New Mercy Mornings, 10 minutes to the hour, and that's going to do it for this Thursday. We're going to be back with you tomorrow for New Mercy Mornings for Friday. You'll be all excited because the week will be coming to an end just like that. Do not forget, the news is coming up in a few minutes. 4 minutes of the best news you'll get all day. And then this afternoon, the New Mercy Mornings Encore will be posted on the Facebook group site. That'll be there. And if you miss it, if you don't want to do that and you just want to listen to it on the station, it is 8 p.m. tonight. That'll be on 7 p.m. However, before that, you don't want to miss, if you haven't heard it already, Dr. James Boyce with looking up his Bible study at 7 p.m. Always awesome. And that's the Encore from Sunday. You don't want to miss it. New episodes for everything coming Sunday. And Night Flight tonight at 10:30. Oh my goodness, go to sleep to Night Flight. You will not regret it, okay? I am telling you, Night Flight is where it's at 10:30. You won't want to miss that if you have trouble sleeping or even if you don't. Okay, so in the meantime, I pray Jesus leaves the light on for you, and I wish you nothing but peace. See you tomorrow.